We're about to get some breaking news on the economy that could reshape the presidential race.
Let's hand over our coverage to Stu Varney.
I'm Stuart Varney with this special report from Fox Business. It is the last big picture measure of the economy before the election, the jobs report. It will show the unemployment rate at the end of the president's 4 years in office. There are two headline numbers to look for: the unemployment rate and the number of new jobs created. They will feature prominently in the final days of this campaign. We will also be checking what is often called the real unemployment rate, that is, people who want to work full-time but can't. And we'll check how many people came into the workforce or dropped out of it. Now, these numbers are released at precisely 8:30 Eastern Time, which is about 20-odd seconds from now. They cover these numbers up because there's big money involved in these numbers. They're not released until precisely 8:30. We're going to go to Peter Barnes. He's at the Labor Department. And I'm first off looking right from the top. I'm looking for that unemployment rate and the number of new jobs created. Those are the headline numbers. It's 8:30. Peter.
Stuart, the economy created 171,000 new non-farm payroll jobs in October. The unemployment rate rising, however, to 7.9% in October from 7.8%. That was about as expected. The 171,000 new non-farm jobs, however, were much higher than expected. Plus, there were upward revisions to August and September, the economy adding 84,000 additional jobs than previously reported. Stuart?
Okay, so what we see there, Peter, is strength on job creation, or more strength than we've had in the past, but the rate, which is politically important, going up to 7.9%. Now, can you look, please, at the real unemployment rate? I think it's technically known as U6. What is it?
That's correct. That's the rate that includes those marginally attached to the workforce and working part-time for economic reasons. That was 14.6% in October, and that was down just slightly from 14.7% in September.
14.6. All right. Now, the participation rate. Let's not get too technical, but that's the number of people who came into the workforce or dropped out of it. Go.
That rose to 63.8% because about 600,000 people came into the workforce and started looking for jobs, but only about 400,000 of those said they found jobs. That's why the unemployment rate went up slightly to 7.9%.
All right, Peter Barnes, thank you very much. Charles Payne joins me now. You've heard the numbers. Your initial take?
You know, my initial take is I'm watching the market right now, and it's not taking off, so it's really a curious thing. I want to dig further into this. I'm wondering, listen, on the surface, the numbers are better than expected, without a doubt. We came into the week looking for 125,000. It's not where we need to be. We need to be around 250,000 to really start making a true dent in our drastic unemployment situation. However, I want to look why the market, Stuart, to me, why the market's not taking off. I'm wondering how many of these are temporary jobs, part-time jobs, because it seems like those kind of jobs don't move the needle with respect to the economy.
Last time around, a month ago, we found that there was over 800,000 people said they had found work, but it was over 600,000 who were part-timers. That's not very well-paid work. This time around, we've got 600,000 saying we found some kind of work, but we don't know how many were part-timers. That's the key to this thing. I would expect President Obama to spin this positively. We are creating jobs. We're moving in the right direction. But I think Governor Romney will say we're not going fast enough.
The question is America living up to its potential? Yeah, we're moving in the right direction, but certainly not at our potential. Again, we should be 250, 300,000 jobs at this point in a post-recession recovery in the United States.
Okay, let's repeat. The unemployment rate went up to 7.9%. There were 171,000 new jobs created last month. That's still, that 171,000, that's not good enough. That's nowhere near what it should be in a recovery from a drastic recession. What should it be? More like 250, 300?
250, 300, and ultimately we want the unemployment rate to be at least 5% or less. That's what we start to call full employment in this country. Obviously, we're a long ways away.
And 14.6, that's the real unemployment rate. That's still very, very high.
Essentially, we're talking that 23 million number that Mitt Romney talks about. A lot of people either without a job or working these part-time jobs that barely cover the bills.
You can only, if you work for just 1 hour in the preceding month, you're classified as a part-time and you're back in the workforce.
Absolutely.
How about, do you have youth unemployment?
I didn't get a chance to get through all of those, but those are going to be important to see.
All right. And that is it for this Fox Business Special Report. We will continue coverage throughout the day on the Fox Business Network. Varney and Company begins at 9:20 Eastern. Now let's get back to our regular programming.